Today, Jiu-Jitsu Mania has some time to sit with Pablo Popovitch and get the rundown on the Abu Dhabi tournament that he returned from a few weeks ago. Pablo, tell us about Abu Dhabi this time around for you and how you did and your impressions.
Was a tough year. Went up a division, fought 88 kilograms. I was lighter than everyone else in the division. I thought I did good under the condition I was in. I was injured for 3 months. I hurt really bad my ankle, and I trained the best I could for this tournament, but I know I didn't train the way I should because of my injuries. Also, I had some personal problems this year. It was a tough year for me. That was my first tournament. When you have Abu Dhabi, that high-level competition as your first tournament of the year is tough. My last tournament before that was the Worlds in November of last year. So I felt kind of out of rhythm a little bit through my matches, but I'm a warrior, man. I just fought I fought everybody, and with heart. I was trying to stay as focused as I could, but it wasn't enough. I took second in the absolute. My dream was always to win the absolute, and I was right there, and I failed to do that. But second place for some people is good. For me, it's not what I wanted. I was aiming for first place. But Andre Galvão is a great guy. That's the guy that beat me on my weight, and he beat me on the absolute. I beat him before. I trained with him before. I know what my my skill level is, and I know I wasn't 100%. I could have done better. Not to take anything from him. I know he trained super hard for that tournament, and he's been winning everything, but I could have done better. I'd love to have a rematch with him. I felt like in Abu Dhabi in our first meeting, I won that fight. The rules are weird. You never know what's going to happen. I just had a bad strategy. I had a strategy set up for that fight. Within 20 seconds of the points, pull guard, sweep him when the points were going on. When I swept him, the guy called points, and I already thought the points were going on, so I didn't score any points on that. And then he went for a sweep. We went out of bounds. I'm on top of I don't know what it is, some sponsorship stuff. I tripped all over the thing, and that's when he took my back. And through the tournament, I was taking people down all over, like Sergio Moraes. I took him down a couple times out of bounds. We started on the feet. At one point, I took him down, went straight to his back. We started on the feet again. That's why I went overtime with him. And with Andre, we started on the same position. That being said, with the rules, if you defend your back for a couple seconds, 3 seconds, and you pull guard, that's no points. That's what I did. 20 seconds later, they gave him 2 points, and then he pulled guard. It was 2-1 the match. Tough match. I knew it was going to be like that, but things happen. On the finals, I was dead tired. I fought for like more than an hour. Tough guys. I fought Lovato Jr. I fought Brother Estima's brother, Victor Sue, which is really good. I fought some Polish guy that, believe it or not, the guy was so big, he hurt in my neck, he hurt in my arm. After that first fight in the absolute, I couldn't even move my arm or my neck. And Cyborg was trying to loosen it up a little bit, but the guy was so freakish big and strong, and I wasn't expecting. Absolute is just a war. You never know what's going to happen. And Zande is a top level guy, big guy, but man, that was a war too. Especially with the mats being so slippery, and to tell you guys the truth, the mats were building on top of the hockey rink. I don't know if you know this. The mats were freezing. It's so slippery and so small. That's why everybody was going out of bounds all the time.
So you spent 3 weeks in London preparing, training with some different top-level competitors as well, and did you feel that 3 weeks helped you? Was it too long over there and out of your normal routine over here? Is that something you plan on doing next time around?
Maybe you cut it a little shorter. Maybe 2 weeks, I think, will be enough to get adjusted to the time change and everything. But what really pushed me backwards was my injury, because I really started training hard for that tournament 5-6 weeks out. That's not enough time. You need at least 12 weeks or really hard training to be ready for a high-level competition like that. Not to give another excuse. I hate giving another excuse. I lost. But the question was what I thought about the tournament, and in my mind, I didn't have enough time to prepare myself. Training with brother was awesome. I'm glad I could help him with his game. He won his match against Jacare, and he did exactly like we planned on the gym. He's an awesome guy. We had Lagarto and Victor Aston up there, and even Roger Gracie was there, showing me a couple of good pointers on defending the guard and stuff. It was awesome. It was an awesome camp, great experience. I got to train with Corin Gracie and different guys. No regrets. Just looking forward for that next tournament and moving on with life in general.
So you had the ankle injury, which bothered your training, hampered your training for a number of months, actually, before this competition. You also had some things that cropped up in the final weeks. Can you tell us about some of those injuries?
The problem with my ankle was this. Instead of doing conditioning to win the tournament, I was doing conditioning to rehab my ankle. So it was tough. My coaches were doing their best, but man, when you have an injury, first you gotta try to rehab that injury, and then you gotta do your thing for the tournament. So I was between worlds in there, and I was trying to rehab my ankle, and at the same time I was trying to condition myself. My wrestling was off because I had no push off my feet, and the worst thing was when I got there in Abu Dhabi, we were fighting under a skating rink, and the thing was so slippery that it made it even worse for me to take people down. So my wrestling was totally off, and my ankle had no strength because of the injury. It was hard to take people down. I was taking people down, going out of bounds, going back to the middle, starting on my feet again. It was a difficult tournament. I just battled through it. Like I said, did my best, gave my best, and I wasn't 100%. I think, I would say I was about 60% those days, but it is what it is. It's going to be a war and fight through it.
So looking forward to next time, lessons learned. You'd mentioned that maybe you're not going to spend 3 weeks on site, maybe just 2 weeks. Obviously try to have a longer training camp, hopefully stay injury free so you don't have to do the rehab. You can focus more on the conditioning. What other lessons did you learn that you're going to apply going forward? What were some of the take-homes? What do you want to change about your program, either your wrestling program, your jiu-jitsu preparation, strength training, conditioning training, anything different for next time?
I don't necessarily think I need to change anything. I just had a rough year. Like I said, I didn't compete at all this year because of personal problems. Hopefully I'm not going to have the same problems again. And I just got to be in a rhythm. Like 2010, I was in a rhythm. I fought everything. I won 5 absolutes, 5 weight divisions. I was feeling great. But January came around, all those things happened. Most of the year I was in Brazil, helping my family, doing this, doing that. My head wasn't in jiu-jitsu, wasn't in training. And then June came around, and I finally man, I'm going to start training for Abu Dhabi. 2 weeks into training camp, I hurt my ankle drilling. It wasn't even training. That's the fun part of it. And that completely hurt my training program because I was thinking, man, at least do 1 or 2 tournaments before the Abu Dhabis. I was even scheduled to fight some tournament, but I just couldn't do it because my ankle wasn't ready. Everybody's going for full locks. I got to take people down. Most of the tournaments now are absolutes. You got to fight anyone, even though I'm lighter. That's what people like to watch nowadays, is the absolutes. And that's what I've been training for, is doing the absolutes. And I'm happy I took second in the Abu Dhabi, in the absolute. That's a hard thing to accomplish. Even to be in Abu Dhabi is hard to be there. But that wasn't my goal. I'm not happy about the second place. Like I said, I like to win. And I think next time I just got to be a little bit more lucky and have my life straight, compete a little bit. So to answer your question, I just think I need to be in a rhythm, and I need to have enough time to prepare myself for a tournament like I always did. But this year I just couldn't do it. It was out of my hands.
Great. Well, Pablo, it was an amazing performance to watch you fight as long as you did, and then in the semifinals to go into a triple overtime. There was over a 30-minute fight with Sanji. And then go into the finals against Andre Galvao. No one can question your heart. So, Jiu-Jitsu Mania is enjoyed, and I know the fans have enjoyed following you along this road. And we look forward to seeing you in the winner's circle again, so to speak. And what is next for Pablo right now?
Right now I have a project recording my DVD, a new DVD series. I did the No Gi Expose. It was a success. It was one of the best sellers in history of the DVD series. If you don't have it, you should get it. It's all my passing game, how it works, how I think. And now I'm gonna do, I don't know what it's gonna be called, maybe No Gi Expose 2, but it's gonna be based on the guard, how to think on the guard, how to behave from the guard, how I do my half guard game, different setups, different sweeps, different finishes. So I'm working on that. I'm gonna try to fight the No Gi Worlds. I'm training hard for it. I feel like I'm in better shape now than I was in Abu Dhabi actually, because I'm training more. I feel like my ankle's better. You know, my head's more in the game, and I feel hungry because I lost to this guy. You know, world-class level guy. He's a friend of mine, but just like he wants to win, I want to win, and I will do my best to beat him next time we meet.
Well, Pablo, certainly no one can question your heart and outstanding performance. I know second place is not where you want to be, but my goodness, I mean, against so many world champions, we look forward to seeing you on the mat next time. Jiu-Jitsu Mania thanks you for letting us follow you along this wonderful trail. Good luck.
Thank you, guys, and I want to thank everyone that supported me through this journey. You know, it wasn't an easy one this year. It's never easy, but this one was harder than most. And I want to thank all my fans for supporting me and staying by my side through good times, bad times. And thank Jiu-Jitsu Mania for everything they've done for me. So thank you, guys.